Hi guys, I am back and I wanted to touch base with you because as you are seeing now, the next phase of things is going to start to open. So today's video, I want to focus on a few things, and that's really the assignments, the modules, and McGraw-Hill Connect. So let's get into it. So again, most of you will have started to fill out the discussion boards and the personal reflection. So both of those are going to be due by tomorrow. And again, coming into the section of yours, whether you are 071, 072, or 074. And if you are unaware of what I'm talking about, please make sure to go back and watch the other video under the announcement section, right? Remember, I can only meet you in giving you information if I am able to provide for you open availability through the announcement section, right? I can only meet everybody at the same time with the information through the announcements. So if you did not watch this video that I posted on Monday for you all, please go back and watch it. It gives you some good information. And again, it's going to be things that I will ask. Did you watch the videos that were posted in the announcements? There's some helpful guiding information in those videos. So please make sure that you are tuning in. If you have questions, check announcements first. Okay, going back to the modules. So the first thing I want to point out is, as mentioned on Monday, most things below the first opening couple of modules were closed. You didn't even have access to them. They have slowly started to open. But the next big thing that's going to open again is not only all the modules, but all of the assignments that are related to the SmartBook online platform of Connect that you will need to purchase. So first and foremost, if you are finding that you cannot click on the discussion board, there is a reason for that. The reason is you have to go through each of the modules above, meaning you have to start all the way up here at start here, move through each page reading the information, then you are able to proceed to the next module. So modules will not open until you have completed all of the modules prior in sequential order. Why do I do that? Again, it's because there is useful information in there that I want you to be able to find, because those resources, I guarantee, are things you're going to want to come back to. And you could say, oh, yep, they're under course overview and information. Or, man, what was those things that Dr. Varga told me for studying for the exam? Oh, they're under the all things exam. Or I can't get connected to work. How can I possibly, navigate this a little bit better? Here are all the videos and links to give you support for that. So with that being said, let's go back. Let's click on our syllabus. Again, our trusty contract that we have with each other about the expectations of this course. Please note, there is a requirement to purchase the online platform of Connect through McGraw-Hill. You can purchase this through the bookstore, or you can click on the McGraw-Hill link over here. Or as this video is completed, you're going to see a ton of assignments come through. That's going to probably overwhelm you, but it's just because now I'm opening all of the assignments for you to complete for the remainder of the semester. And with that, right, on my end right now, they're not published. That's why they're not populating. But you can click on any one of these and it also will take you to the Connect platform, where you will be prompted to fill in the access code if you've already purchased it, or to purchase it directly there. Now, if you are using FAFSA funding, if you are using financial aid, you are required to purchase this code through the bookstore. That's how financial aid works. If you are paying out of pocket, you can just purchase it directly when you are prompted at the website itself. And again, if you are able to purchase it out of pocket, you're going to get it at a little bit of a reduced cost. The third option is that you can sign up while maybe you are waiting for financial aid for a 15-day trial. I must remind you repeatedly, you cannot reuse that 15-day trial and continue to put in different email addresses. I will not find you. I will not be able to link your grades. It is moot at that point. There's no connection for this. So unfortunately, I've had students in the past try this. I do understand that, again, sometimes financial constraints, but unfortunately, this is a requirement across all sections, face-to-face or fully online, for you to be successful in the course. Because again, there's ways in which I have to ensure you're getting the information. And again, we do choose textbooks that help us provide support for things that can help on online environments. So again, I must reiterate, you cannot, there is no alternative to not being able to purchase this. So again, if you cannot purchase this platform, unfortunately, you will not pass this class. That's all I'm going to say about that. If you're having financial constraints or having issues, reach out to me. Let's talk about it. Maybe we can find you support, but there's no way you can pass the course without it. Okay. With that now, again, I also want to point out a few other things. Come to the modules. The modules are based upon each chapter. So module 1 is going to be chapter 1. Module 2 is going to be chapter 2. But what do I want you to first pay attention to? I understand that in week 1, students are getting settled in, students are waiting for financial aid, students are not able maybe to purchase right off the bat, right? We're coming up to the end of the month. Maybe you're waiting for paychecks. So 1, there's the grace of the 15-day window to give you. 2, you'll also notice that while chapter 1 is quote unquote a part of week 1, the assignments for chapter 1 are not going to be due until next week. But what else do you notice? Chapter 2 assignments are also stacked on top of chapter 1's assignments. So that means if you're able to purchase the SmartBook, or if you want to get a head start by getting that 15-day free trial, get a head start on the material. Then it goes back into normal flow of, module 3 is going to be chapter 3, and only chapter 3 material is going to be ready to be taken care of. Notice that discussion boards are also not due every week. They're only due on certain times and certain places inside of the schedule. Some will be personalized reflections. Some will be discussions that you will need to respond to classmates. If that is the case, you will reply giving your answer on Thursday, and by Sunday, you must go back in, look at the responses and the replies, and give some replies to 2 of your classmates, and then the assignment will close completely on Sunday. There will be no more assignments accepted at that time. So please make sure you're aware of when discussion boards are due and when and where you need to reply to other students. Okay? The third thing I want to point out is when things are due. I've tried to set it up so that your SmartBooks and your homeworks are going to be due on Fridays. Your quizzes are going to be due on Saturdays, and your labs will be due on Sundays. What else will be due on Sunday? Your exams. So there will usually be 4 weeks in between an exam. My suggestion to you would be that when we're getting to an exam week, get all of the work off of your plate so that you are ready for Sunday to be completely committed to the exam. Now, every exam will open on a Wednesday. It will close on Sunday evening. When you click on the exam link itself, and again, none of this is open right now, but when you click on the exam link, when it does open, you will be prompted with how to download Lockdown Browser, how to navigate through, how to set yourself up for success, how to make sure that you are ready to go, and then you can begin the exam. I will talk more about that as we get closer because that is a one-time shot. If you open the exam to peek at it, and you close it, you will get a 0. That's the grade you will remain. So when you sit down, you better be ready to take the exam. Now, you can absolutely download Lockdown Browser well in advance and make sure you're setting yourself up for success. That is at your discretion, but it's up to you. make sure, and again, once we get to the exams and they start to open on that Wednesday, why do I do that? For people who do work on the weekends, or maybe who are in service, right? And they are out doing work within their deployment or on base over the weekend. So again, you can take the exam early, but the rest of that work is still going to be due in that normal timeline. So recap, come into the course. You have to move through the modules in sequential order until you get to module 1. Once you hit module 1, from here on out, you are good to go. You're ready for, once you've completed all the prior modules and you hit module 1, the rest of the modules will then be open. And you're going to see a lot of assignments start to come through. That's why I wanted to give you this video so you don't panic. I wanted to keep everything contained, but now I'm about to open up the floodgates, and really it's every bit of work, aside from the discussion boards. Some of them I'm modifying just so ever slightly from last semester. All the rest of the work will be available for you to complete for the remainder of the semester. What if I have a question, Dr. Varga? What if I'm just really unsure of this, right? Well, depending on the question you're asking, it might be as simple as go back to the announcements, watch the videos, your explanation is there. 2, did you reference the syllabus, right? And if we still cannot find those answers, come to the homepage, scroll down ever so slightly. There I am, right there. You can sign up and find some time. Let's meet. Let's get ahead of this. Let's problem solve together. But I absolutely expect you to do your due diligence and see if you can't find the solution to that on your own first. Last but not least, what are you going to notice? You're going to notice that under each module, there is a chapter reading assignment. But Dr. Varga, there's no points associated with that. Correct. You're not getting any points for reading it. Well, why would you put that in as an assignment? Because I want to make sure that you understand you have to read the chapter from front to back, because anything and everything covered in those pages is liable to be on that exam. So just doing the smart book, just doing the homework, just doing the reading quizzes, just doing the labs, it'll give you a very decent foundation, but it is not all the information in that chapter. So again, there's no points, but it's here as a, hey, don't forget about me. Don't forget to read through this chapter, because that's going to set me up for the best success, to know that information appropriately, to be able to get the grade that I want on the exam. Finally, and last but not least, there is always a PowerPoint readily available for you. You can download this, you can open the chapter reading, you can have the PowerPoint ready, you can be making notes, you can even highlight in the book online. You can make your own little notes. Boy, I don't really know this very well. I'm going to come back to it, make sure I remember this. So again, anywhere you are finding that you're struggling, and if you can't come to the solution on your own, let's set up time. Let's find the answer. I promise you it's there. We can find it together, but I absolutely expect you to do a little bit of due diligence. Did you scan the syllabus? Did you check and watch the videos? Did you move through the modules in sequential order? Did you make sure that you've read the chapter? All of these things set you up for you and I to better problem solve together. So again, we can get you that grade that you deserve. Okay, that is it. It was a little bit long, but I wanted to make sure to give you guys a full depth of what is going to be expected, because you're going to see a lot of assignments start coming through. Don't be overwhelmed. There's nothing to be afraid of. This is just the work for the semester. That's why I gave you yesterday and the day before to feel comfortable, move through these modules, get situated, know the syllabus, and hit the ground running. Most of you have done a great job. You've already started responding to the discussion boards. Fantastic. Get ahead of the work, get it out of the way so you can focus on other things, including your life. You should be able to enjoy it. Any questions, please reach out. My email, meet me in Calendly and set up some time, and I will reach back out and touch base with you next week. Have a good one.